We are expecting depressed rainfall over most parts of the eastern sector of the country during the long rain season. However, most parts of the western and central counties are likely to be receive near average, with a slight tendency to above average rainfall, especially over several parts of western Kenya. Most of the eastern sector of the country is likely to remain generally dry during the month of March. Much of the seasonal rainfall is likely to be recorded in April and the first half of May. The onset, like you've seen, will start from the west. So it's expected during the 2nd to 3rd week of March over most parts of western Kenya. The better part of the eastern sector, especially the northeastern Kenya, is likely to experience the onset during the 1st to 2nd week of April. You all know March to May is the major rainfall season over most parts of Kenya. This is the long rain season. The forecast indicates that most parts of the eastern sector of the country is likely to experience general depressed rainfall. However, the western parts of the country are likely to experience near normal rainfall with a slight tendency to above normal rain. The specific outlook for March to May 2015 long rain season, it shows that for the western counties, you're talking about Busia, Vihiga, Kakamega, Bungoma, counties in Nyanza, Kisumu, Siaya, Migori, Kisii, Kuria, Nyamira, Borabu, Kucha, among others. Counties in the central and southern Rift Valley, Trans Nzoia, Uasin Gishu, Kericho, Nandi, Nakuru, Narok, Kajiado, are likely to receive near normal rainfall with a tendency towards above normal rainfall. The central counties, Nyandarua, Nyeri, Kiambu, Murang'a, Kirinyaga, Nairobi County, Westlands, Embakasi, Kasarani, Dagoretti areas, and some counties in Eastern Province, i.e. Embu, Meru, Machakos, are likely to receive near normal rainfall. Most counties in North Rift, Turkana, Pokot, several counties in Eastern Province, especially Makueni, Isiolo, Marsabit, Kitui, and counties in Coast Province, Mombasa, Kwale, Kilifi, Tana River, Lamu, Taita Taveta, and most counties in northeastern Mandera, Garissa, Wajir are likely to receive near normal rainfall with a tendency towards below normal. In terms of the distribution of the rainfall within the season, the current analysis indicates that the distribution of the March to May 2015 long rains, both in time and space, is likely to be generally good over most parts of western Kenya. However, poor rainfall distribution is expected over the eastern sector of the country and most of the arid and semi-arid lands of the country. Sunny and dry conditions will be dominant over the northwestern and northeastern Kenya in March. The rainfall is likely to be depressed in April and slightly enhanced in May. Depressed rainfall is expected over western highlands, Lake Basin, central Rift Valley, and the central highlands including Nairobi in March. It's highly expected to be near average in April and slightly enhanced in May. The southeastern counties are expected to receive depressed rainfall in March and April, but slightly enhanced in May. Sunny and dry conditions are likely to dominate over the coastal strip in March, and the rainfall is expected to be generally depressed both in April and May. We have a table that will show you the expected onsets and cessation on a county-to-county basis. Counties in the Lake Basin and the highlands west of the Rift Valley are likely to get the onset in the 2nd, 3rd week of March, and the cessation dates, like it was pointed out, is that these areas normally get even significant rainfall up to August and even September. So we are not expecting any significant cessation in the rainfall patterns as such. The southern parts of the Rift Valley, Narok, Kajiado, we are expecting an onset in the 3rd, 4th week of March 2015 and a cessation in the 3rd, 4th week of May 2015. Central Rift Valley, areas around Nakuru, we expect an onset also in the 3rd, 4th week of the month of March, and rainfall will continue into June 2015. Those are some of the areas again which get significant rainfall in June, July, August. Central Highlands, including Nairobi area, we are expecting an onset in the 3rd, 4th week of March, and and the cessation in the third, fourth week of May 2015. Southeastern counties, onset in the third, fourth week of March, and the cessation in the first, second week of May. Coastal strip, onset in the fourth week of March to first week of April, and this will continue into June. I think as you're aware, those who know the geography of the coast, the peak rainfall is normally in May and then it continues into June. Northwestern counties, we expect an onset in the fourth week of March to first week of April, and a cessation in the third, fourth week of May 2015. The northern counties around Marsabit, we expect an onset in the first, second week of April, and a cessation in the third, fourth week of May 2015. And lastly, the northeastern counties, Wajir, Garissa, Mandera, we expect an onset in the first, second week of April, general dry conditions in March, and then a cessation in the first, second week of May 2014. We put down some potential impacts on the various sectors, starting with agriculture and food security. In the counties in Western and Nyanza, Rift Valley, and Central Highlands, where rainfall is expected to be near normal with a tendency towards above normal, the farming communities should take advantage and maximize crop yield through appropriate land use management. Farmers are advised to liaise the Ministry of Agriculture. The expected late onset of the seasonal rainfall in most agricultural areas is, however, likely to delay the planting activity. In other agricultural counties like the southeastern Kenya, where the rainfall is expected to be generally depressed, farmers are also advised to liaise with the Ministry of Agriculture to get advice on the best use of the rains by planting appropriate crops that are drought resistant. So livestock sector, most of the arid and semi-arid lands are expected to experience depressed rainfall. This may result in slow regeneration of pasture and limited water availability for both humans and animals. Intense water harvesting whenever it rains should be encouraged. In disaster management sector, lightning strikes are expected in Western Kenya, especially within Kisii and Kakamega counties, while flooding is likely to be experienced in flood-prone areas of Western Kenya. Cases of landslides, mudslides are also likely in prone areas of Western, Central, and Rift Valley. The National Disaster Operations Center is therefore advised to take the necessary measures that would ensure mitigation of any negative impacts that may arise from the forecast conditions. In the energy sector, the Tana River, Takwel, and Sondomilu catchment areas are expected to experience near normal rainfall with a tendency to above normal during the coming season. It's therefore expected that the level of water in the Seven Forks and other hydroelectric power generating dams will gradually improve during the season. Transport and public safety. Flash floods are likely to occur, especially in western and some parts of central Kenya. This may lead to transport problems, and more so in areas where the roads become impassable when it rains. Slippery roads may also pose dangers to motorists and pedestrians. All should therefore take utmost care during the rainy period. Light aircrafts are advised to take utmost care in the western routes and avoid flying through deep cumulonimbus clouds, especially in the afternoon hours. Such clouds are severe turbulence, updrafts and downdrafts, and crosswinds occasioned by storm convections and lightning. The water resources management sector, the water resources for drinking, sanitation, industrial use in the western and central municipalities of the country are expected to improve due to the expected good rainfall in the regions. Elsewhere, the resources are likely to diminish due to the expected depressed rainfall, especially in northeastern, northwestern, and southeastern parts of Kenya. The currently available water should therefore be well managed, especially in the marginal areas, in order to cater for the animal and human population. In terms of the health sector, diseases like cholera may emerge in areas expected to receive depressed rainfall. The problem of malnutrition may be on the increase in the same areas. Health authorities are therefore expected to be on the lookout and equip hospitals with necessary drugs in order to cope with such situations as they arise. There's also need to be on the lookout for highland malaria regions that are expected to receive enhanced rainfall. On the environment, in areas expected to receive enhanced rainfall, the Ministry of Environment, Water and Natural Resources should encourage residents to put in place soil conservation measures to minimize environmental degradation due to erosion. People should also be encouraged to plant more indigenous trees in order to increase forest cover. So those are some of the potential impacts we have formulated on various sectors, and I'm sure there are quite a number of other sectors that are likely to be impacted by the expected rainfall conditions. The conditions that were observed in January and February were from about mid-December up to the moment, apart from a few episodes of rainfall in January and February in some areas. We've had generally sunny and dry conditions over most parts of the country. And the analysis of daytime temperatures showed that over most parts we had warmer than average conditions during the day. There were a number of impacts that were experienced because of the conditions that we saw in October, November, December that extended into, and then there were the dry conditions in January and February. Some of these are poor crop performance over most parts of central and southeastern Kenya, and then deteriorating foliage and pasture for livestock in the pastoral areas of northwestern, southeastern, and several parts of northeastern Kenya. Reduced water levels in the Seven Forks hydroelectric power generating dams, reduced food security in various parts of the country, and a reduction in water resources for domestic use and sanitation in most parts of the country, and in particular counties northern, northeastern, and the southeastern parts of the country. This is an outlook for March, April, May, and we give updates on a daily basis. We give updates every 5 days, and also regular updates every month to, first of all, monitor what has happened and to give an outlook as to what is going to happen.